All right, we're rolling right into the next one. Round 21 of 22. Brazil. Pierre has a dev point. We're going to immediately throw that into his reactions. Anybody else? Staff points? Staff points. We're going to go suspension. Simon Resta's an 84 overall technical chief. Love to see that. Low speed downforce, get a bump. And pit crew management is up to a 90. Let's go. Chassis manufacturing and chassis research change. We are going right back in. Chassis, I mean, we're going like half. We got to make the biggest strides in our making up the difference. Boosh. Our underfloor design is complete. This is why we needed buku bucks. We needed the buku bucks because we need 10 days. All right, I'm gonna emergency 1. I'm gonna emergency 2. And then I'm going to make 2 more rushed. So we'll have 4 for the last 2. And then we're gonna also just bang, bang. Our car gets even faster now. Even if you can believe it, even faster. Love to see it. Race preview, race prep. Again, not gonna overthink it. 2 in the top 6 should be a must. 2 into Q2 is all but guaranteed at this point. We're doing 2 in the top 6. Those are still going. Trying to make bunches of money here. We have $33 million. Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Let's go. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Mick is gonna get a clean lap. Pierre is gonna run into Carlos at some point, but not until the very end, which we actually get by him. So beautiful Q1, beautiful Q1. All right, it's the same like 5 or 6 people at the bottom. Any surprise departures? Both Williams out of the bottom 5. Surprises all around. Both Williams. All right, let's hurry this along. Both Williams in the bottom 5, Bottas in the bottom 5. Not exactly expecting that one. Starting our laps. Gonna be any major surprises here? Bottas makes the jump. Lando Norris makes the jump. Bottas back in the bottom. Bottas out in Q2. Both Ferraris making it in. Bottas out. That is a shock. Danny Rick drags that Alpine into Q3. Seb, unfortunately, out in P14. All right, Mick currently last, by the way. Well, let's hop up over with the Mixter. He got a win in the last round, so we'll watch him on our final lap of Q3 here around Interlagos in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Mick currently in P10, not exactly where we want to be. Pierre also in P5. Granted, these are a used tire run. He does both improve on their first sectors. It's beautiful stuff. You love to see it. This really is a quick lap around Brazil. Let's see, Mick, are you going to improve on your second sector as well? Yes, you do. Up to the line. Man, sector 3 really is just the long left-hander, huh? Up to the line, Mick. Immediately. P6, his favorite place to start, P6. Here up to P3. Ahead of Verstappen. Mick P6. The underfloor not quite doing as much as we had hoped. Ha ha ha. Another wet race. Back-to-back wet races. Dislike, but it does add for some interesting strategy calls. Starting on the softs. Anyone not starting on the softs in this race is actually throwing. And then it's going to be a light inters run the first set. And then a regular where we're going to be struggling in the end. A late or mid-round or a mid-second stint safety car here would destroy us. A late safety car might save us, but there's only one way to find out, and that's in the Grand Prix.
Now we should have good weather for the race.
Oh, throwing, goated, getting sail. Throwing, goated.
And it's lights out and away we go.
Oh, dude, we're the only two goateds in the top 10. What are y'all doing? What are you all? Oh, 3 wide. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Goodbye. 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 Gone. Legging it. Currently in the process of legging it. We've gone side by side with signs the whole way.
Haas with an overtake there.
Make it go, Mick. Make it go. Someone making a big mistake. Who done it?
Sounds like a spin.
Yuki spinning. Let's go, Mick. Down the inside. Whoosh. Bang. Make it stick.
Haas with an overtake.
I have to go around the long way. Oh, Russell is absolutely destroying our race right here. He refuses to get out of the way.
Red Bull moved up.
Ugh.
DRS is enabled.
DRS enabled. Down the inside of Leclerc once again. DRS open.
And a lock up on the track.
Oh, Russell successfully defends us both. Dude, Mick has gone side by side with Leclerc like the whole way. Let's go. Should have just rammed through him. True. All right, Mick, come on. We're going to get him into turn 1.
We need to charge it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Copy.
Let's go! P2!
Been a lock up.
Van Dorn!
We are expecting rain pretty soon.
Wet, then damp, wet, then damp, wet, then damp, wet, then damp. All right, we're employing a strategy called slow everybody up. Rewind into turn 1. Here has a 5-second gap, by the way.
Sounds like someone's locked
Stroll!
up.
Get strolled. Damp in 2 minutes, by the way. 2 minutes. We're talking like what are we doing here? No dot?
Yellow
No
flag.
dot, ergo
Yellow.
we continue.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
Still 2 minutes.
Red Bull gained a place.
Yeah. Leclerc overtakes. It's fine. We're right here. We're ready. The rain.
Small sprinkling of rain. Copy.
I've made this mistake before. Where is Pierre? I think we go one more lap with Pierre. I think we box Mick now. Don't worry about it. I'm in charge here. Don't even worry about it. I got it all taken care of. 2.6 second stop. Like, what are we even talking about here?
Save fuel, save fuel.
Copy.
Into the box, good sir, into the box. Oh, Mick got held up behind Stroll. I got strolled. I got strolled because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, Leclerc, Ocon, and Bottas absolutely throwing. We would have done different things, but we're goated. It's fine. I do think Mick kind of got screwed a little bit.
Is that a new
All right,
race
Pierre,
position for
Pierre,
Haas?
go around them. Drive around them. Drive. Thank you. Drive around them. Drive around them. Drive around them. Just drive around them. Just drive around them.
With an overtake there.
You know, I would not have chosen to go to the left side when we knew they were boxing, but it worked out.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Oh, into turn one. All right, we lost 2 spots with Mick boxing early.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Yuki's spinning. What else is new? Other than that, Pierre has a 13-second lead, and Mick is, you know, right here. I'm wondering what the AI is planning on doing with the rest of the race. I mean, this feels like the situation where we kind of just need to bide our time and trust the process, because the AI might be stopping like 2 more times if... I mean, it's going to be wet the rest of the way. I mean, they might be choosing to stop 2 more times. We need to be patient and understand that it's a long way to go in this one. 61 laps remain in this race. So we just got to stay ready. Look at this gap. Look at this absolute Titanic sized gap. That is slowly coming down every second, by the way, but that's a lot of laps they're gonna have to spend catching. It's too long. Yeah. I mean, they're catching us like pretty quickly. Half a second on that lap. Who done it? And stay awake here for rest of here. Hey, oh, Kevin Magnussen and Kevin Magnussen in Brazil do not have a good relationship. My guy, if you fall asleep, I will not blame you. Worst case scenario, it'll be up on the tube in a couple of weeks. And it's not like the championships are really hyping it up, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. We've already got them both locked up. You know what happens. The only thing you might miss is the off season. The only thing I'll say. There will be 0 indication anywhere else on what happens on the off season if you do fall asleep, though. So might be a bit of a wait. It's probably once we finish season 4. I'm probably gonna go back. I'm probably gonna go to F1 22 for a little bit and do some my team, because I do want to get some practice in before F1 23 comes out, so I can play it on wheel and pedal, all that good stuff. So that's kind of the plan. It might be a minute before we make Haas's season 5 debut.
Looks like there's been a lockup.
Maloney locking up. Wow, Mick and Albon and Verstappen are all kind of fighting, but you know,
Regained a place.
I'm gonna honestly at this point we're vibing. We will move on. I'm really hoping that the AI makes 2 more stops in this race.
Happy to push. Okay.
We are full wets. If they box for full wets, they're actually throwing. Probably. And I think enters.
I'm sorry about
What?
this, but
Let's take a look at the replay.
Hard cut to Mick facing Verstappen.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The car's just gone.
Everyone in the mud.
To be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover?
Oh my god, we're still ahead of Verstappen.
We'll see.
Oh my god. What a huge gap we have now. Oh my god, that's hilarious. The Mick train has arrived.
we just need to push now. Copy.
We're happy to push pace when it is full wet enters conditions. Although
Red Bull moved up.
for Mick, that might just mean standard. For Pierre, we're okay pushing. If we can raise that gap back up a little bit, that'd be lovely. Yeah, it's gonna be damp in 2 minutes. In 1 minute. Alright, Pierre was able to add on a couple of tenths. Mick cannot say the same thing. Struggling severely. Alright, it is coming back down. Need to prepare. Alright. Now we can speed it up a little bit again, because now we're back to regular inters. Where is Pierre? Pierre is still far and away faster than everybody else. Although Russell and Sainz are Perez. Perez? It looked like Checo. Perez, yeah, spinning into turn 12. Rough one to say the least. Mick is slowly falling down the order, which is rough. Tire check. I mean, our tires really aren't even like getting destroyed faster than anyone else's. So I'm wondering if we can get away with standard pace. We'll find out. We might just have extra destroyed tires by the end of the race. But oh, Ricardo in the mud! I saw it. I saw it live.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Ricardo spinning. Mick squeezing by. All right, Mick, let's get a push on. Let's get a push on. Got 7 seconds ahead to Verstappen. You have a little bit of fuel you can burn. All right, Pierre lapped 3/10 of a lap faster than George on what I can imagine is the same tires.
Is that a lockup?
Maloney locking up. All right.
I think we had a car run wide.
Sonoda running wide. All right, let's bump this. Let's just bump this up. Oh, Mick. You know, you won the last race on like running a good
Oh,
race,
did someone run
being
wide?
in the right position, in the wet. Like, what's going on? You're now outside the points, Mick. This is unacceptable. We are outside the points. It looks like Pierre. Yeah. Pierre and George and Carlos are running within, you know, a tenth plus or minus of each other on any given lap. It probably depends on whether or not George is being pressured by Carlos or not. Carlos looks content to just sit behind, though, so there is that. It is going to dip back up into wets again, which is going to hurt Mick the most. Oh man, wet races, huh? Wet races. Still looking pretty bang on. Let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit more. I mean, what are we really missing here? We're about to take into wet. There it goes. It is now wet. How are we looking? Yes, it is now wet. We can see the gap coming back down again. Looks like Pierre is struggling in the wet conditions.
Was that a lockup on the track?
Keeping an eye on that.
Oh, there's a spin!
Leclerc!
Let's have a look.
Spinning!
Watch this. There's Leclerc.
Bosh, moment too big. A couple of people start boxing for new inters, it would seem. We continue on. Bottas and Leclerc boxing. Mick currently in P7. Ocon in the points. When did that happen? Oh, probably when Mick ran wide. That's probably when that went. All right, Pierre, continue on, continue on. And now, once again, we wait. Russell Verstappen, Albon boxing, Mick making his way up. Not past Verstappen, which is unfortunate. All right, Pierre, box, 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 box. Mick, you also will be boxing. We'll just go ahead and wait. Don't want you to accidentally dive into the pits if you don't need to. You're through. All right, Mick, box, box. All right, Pierre, in. Mick losing so much time to Verstappen, it hurts. Gaining technically against everyone else. Here, Gasly exits the pits. Well in first still. We did lose a couple of seconds to George, who's now on his fresh inters, but now we'll have the tire advantage the rest of the way. Mick loses out a lot, comes out in P10 behind Leclerc even, but also will have the tire advantage the rest of the way. If man, they are all going to be struggling for tires severely by the time this is over, but we will fast forward here. We are going to start running into back markers when it comes to Pierre with Maloney, Doohan, and Van Dorn. Mick is in the pack. Not a whole lot to really say about that. We might want to try and get cheeky with Mick and do a little bit of harvesting, build up his ERS that we're going to have to use to close that gap. I want to see what running Pierre in light tires looks like. Mick, how do I put you on harvest and you immediately lose 2 seconds? How do you do that? How do you do that?
I think there's been a lockup.
Seb locking up. All right, George was catching a little too quickly, so I bumped that up. George still has some back markers he needs to work his way through though, so I'm hoping we can get Van Dorn on this one of these straights. There you go. So George, yeah, Pierre's bumping his way back up. Yes, it is now wet. Thank you for that.
Someone's run wide.
Mick, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? You're running almost a second and a half slower, and now you're in P. Okay. Cool, Mick. It's cool. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't even fret. Don't you worry about it. George Russell is, in fact, catching us. Sebastian Vettel is fighting us. And is going faster than us. Oh, Seb's on full wets. That's probably why. Is George on full wets? No. I knew that. Don't look at me like that. I knew that he wasn't. Mainly because I checked multiple times. But all right, now it's back to inters though. What's the weather chart looks like? All right, it's only gonna get drier from here. Set back in for inters.
The brakes are really poor.
Don't blame. Don't you dare blame
Oh, big lock
the
up
brakes. Oi. Now we have
there.
3.5 seconds to catch. Do not blame the brakes, Pierre, for when you lock up. That's like season 2 Haas mistakes. This car has been more than good enough for you to win by multiple seconds previously. I don't want to hear anything about no brakes. You catch him, and then you stay with him. Now we only have a 2% tire advantage, which is a little unfortunate.
We've just had a spin.
All right, we have caught one George Russell with 9 laps remaining.
Someone's run wide.
Let's see if we can conserve some.
Locked up.
What are you?
Copy that.
What's going on? What's happening? I literally can't even be bothered with you right now.
Straight on.
I actually just can't be bothered with you right now. Alright, we are trying to build up a little bit of fuel with Pierre that we can use here in a couple of laps. Just absolutely go full send. George's smoothness is way better than Pierre's, by the way. It's gonna have to be, we're gonna have to do the same kind of thing that we did before. We're gonna shoot for like lap 70. And make sure that we don't lose too much time.
Sounds like a spin.
And now we take control. We prepare. We're both on 41% tires. Time to go to work, Beer. Lay it on the brakes into turn 1. Love to see it. Background. Don't. Stick the nose in. Woo!
Rain. All clear. Understood.
Last lap, Pierre.
Will be last lap.
You either make it stick or you get second. Those are your two options. Yup. Yup. Yup.
Haas with an overtake.
Yup. Another win, Pierre. Another one. Another one. Ooh.
Check his flag.
Mick, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. Get out of my face.
I'm really pleased.
Get out of here. P11, Mick? See, when Pierre makes a mistake, he still wins the race. When Mick makes a mistake, he gets P11.
Performance from the Haas driver.
Pierre breaking, setting every single Haas record in the books.
Imagine how chuffed they must be. A podium is a real feat, and it's been accomplished in style.
Pierre has absolutely blown expectations out of the water. Another win, Pierre. Congratulations. Continuing, 132 point lead in the constructors. 132 points. 132 points. Just saying. Crazy. We do lose $75,000, but we do make 5 million. So I guess we're okay with that. I guess we're okay with that.